In 1975, Lee Elder blazed the trail when he made his first appearance at Augusta National Golf Club. He was the first African American to play in the Masters tournament. Last year, the tournament honored him for breaking that color barrier just months before he died. Now we introduce you to him, his journey, and his inspiration.
For millions in the golf world, no one stood taller than Lee Elder.
Great golfer, great ambassador to the game of golf. You know, did a lot for kids, a lot for a lot of the guys coming up.
In 1975, Lee Elder broke the color barrier at the Masters. In April, he joined champions Jack Nicklaus and Gary Player for the ceremonial opening tee shots. James Dent is the son of golfer Jim Dent, and Lee Elder was like part of the family.
He was a little ahead of my dad. He was, he was the man on a lot of the Negro National Tour. Great player, great guy. Known him since I can't remember. He's always been Uncle Lee, so, that's a great loss to the game of golf.
Elder was a pioneer and trailblazer in golf. Because of his race, he faced heckling and death threats while playing. He said, though, that wasn't the case during the Masters.
Every tee and every green that I walked on, I got tremendous ovations.
And there were tremendous ovations at Payne College in April, where Elder was bestowed an honorary doctorate degree, and 2 golf scholarships were endowed in his name. It was quite the week for Dr. Elder.
The whole thing was very well done. It was perfect timing, good recognition for him and all his accomplishments and stuff like that. It was good to see.
And those accomplishments had Elder being honored at Augusta National this past April.
I certainly hope that the things that I have done have inspired a lot of young black players, and they will continue on with it.
Well, he was a great asset to the game of golf, just overall.
In Augusta, George Escala, WJBF News Channel 6.
Aiken is known for its connection to horse racing, but one of the greatest jockeys to ever sit astride a horse has roots planted in Augusta, and he faced racism to become a champion. Meet Willie Sims.
Picture Augusta 1870. The South was going through its Reconstruction period. Grant was president, and a legend in horse racing was born.
He's one of the best jockeys in the history of the sport, not just from Augusta, but from anywhere.
Willie Sims is very special to Augusta, putting Augusta on the map, just as if someone who didn't know what Augusta is located, and you said the names James Brown, they would automatically make a connection.
At nearly 20 years old, Willie Sims got into his stirrups and started racing in the North in 1887.
At that time, there was racing all throughout the South as well.
Between 1910 and 1920, during the Negro Fair, horse racing was the most exciting activity there.
But the big tracks, if you wanted to be successful, you really wanted to go up to New York.
He was the only African American to have won the Kentucky Derby, the Belmont Stakes, and the Preakness Stakes. The races later became known as the Triple Crown of American horse racing.
He won 2 Kentucky Derbies. One of them was with a Hall of Fame horse named Ben Brush, which was in 1896. He won the Belmont twice, including with a Hall of Famer named Henry of Navarre. So he had some excellent horses.
The trainers and owners always respected him. They admired his riding style because he was aggressive.
He understood that if he could become one with a horse and have that relationship with them and get in a rhythm with them during races, that they would be more successful together.
African Americans were prominent on the American racetracks at the time. There were some challenges, including his size.
He was one of the guys who had some issues maintaining his weight. They had to ride at a very, very light weight, a lot of times below 100 pounds.
And his race that forced him to head to England to finish his career.
They would get into the races, and the white riders would, they would pinch them over along the rail. They would, assault them during the races. They would hit them with their whips. I can't imagine what they went through.
His riding style in England, keeping his body closer to the horse and the reins tighter, was sometimes mocked.
But when they saw how good he was and how successful he was, a lot of riders started picking up that style.
He would spend winters visiting his mother after building a home on the 800 block of Gwinnett Street in Augusta. Now the street is Laney Walker Boulevard, and the home is gone with time.
Sims House is no longer here because of urban development. The area in which Augusta's horse racing park is now residential. Because of his fame, this becomes part of the place to be.
Not much is known about his life after retirement. He came back to America and ended up settling in New Jersey with his mother. He died there in February of 1927. 50 years later, he was inducted into the Racing Hall of Fame. In Augusta, I'm Sean Cabbage-Stock, WJBF News Channel 6.
Still ahead, we head to South Carolina's state capitol to introduce you to two more groundbreakers.
And they're two women who broke down barriers, changing the course of life for countless people who came after them. And that's as Honoring Black History, Mind, Body, and Soul continues.